be locked in that cell 23 hours a day. There will be a bed. There will probably be a steel toilet with no seat on it, 3 showers a week. My advice would be keep quiet, keep to yourself. And it has to be more of a culture shock than anything else.
The fall of a mogul. That's the phrase that defines Diddy's current situation with a career spanning over 3 decades. Diddy C.S. rose to prominence through Bad Boy Records, shaping the careers of artists like Biggie Smalls, Mace, and Mary J. Blige, from chart-topping hits to successful ventures in fashion and liquor. Diddy seemed untouchable, but everything changed in the blink of an eye. Diddy now finds himself in the Metropolitan Detention Center. Imagine going from living in a multi-million-dollar mansion to fighting for survival in one of the most notorious jails in America. That's Diddy's reality right now.
Meals are supposed to be nutritionally balanced and edible. He would receive 3 meals per day, very basic meal expectations. He will have his meals delivered to him. He would not go to a dining hall in a high-rise like the MDC Brooklyn. The correctional officer on the unit delivers them to the detainee or the in.
While Diddy's arrest became an instant sensation on social media, people couldn't believe their eyes. This was Diddy the mogul, the superstar, now facing criminal charges. Some people started saying they never thought they'd see the day. Others saw it as the collapse lapse of a man who had long played by his own rules. In an age where social media thrives on the dramatic, Diddy's arrest gave everyone something to talk about. And talk they did. But the real shocker comes after the arrest. Diddy's life in jail is nothing like the luxury he's used to, far from the environment of his million-dollar homes. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is a nightmare in every sense. Inmates there describe it as hell on earth, and they aren't exaggerating. The conditions at MDC have long been criticized as moldy showers that barely work, rampant infestations of cockroaches, and temperatures that swing from unbearable heat to bone-chilling cold. It's the kind of place where the walls are damp and the air is thick with hopelessness. The fluorescent lights never seem to turn off, leaving inmates in a constant state of exhaustion. Those who have survived MDC share horror stories of the violence, the neglect, and the brutality of the place. Inmates have reported having to fight for basic necessities like food and hygiene products. One former inmate described the place as a war zone where the staff turn a blind eye to, and
4 and numerous stabbings and lockdowns in recent years. It's so out of control inside that 4 federal judges are reportedly refusing to send any more prisoners.
These aren't isolated incidents. The reputation of MDC is notorious, and it's now where Diddy finds himself for a man used to private jets in 5-star hotels. This is the toughest reality check. No luxury, no comfort, just survival. And if you think the physical conditions were bad, wait until you hear what Diddy is personally going through since entering MDC. Diddy has faced the harsh truth of being a high-profile target behind bars. Sources from inside the facility have reported that Diddy was beaten by other inmates shortly after his arrival. It's not uncommon for famous figures to be seen as prime targets for attack in prison, and Diddy, with his wealth and fame, is no exception. The beatings were very severe, leaving him battered and bruised. Prison insiders say that violence like this is obvious, especially for inmates who stand out to protect him. The jail has placed Diddy in isolation. While this might keep him physically safe from further attacks, it's also a form of punishment in itself. Isolation in prison is a bad experience. It's not just about being alone. It's about being completely cut off, no communication, no interaction with other inmates, just the cold silence of a tiny cell. For someone who spent his entire life in the spotlight, surrounded by people, this isolation is psychologically devastating. Experts say that extended isolation can lead to severe mental health issues, from anxiety and depression to full-blown psychosis.
Desk, you have a plastic chair, you have your bed with a 1.5-inch mattress, no pillow, and you also have a lock. So you basically have 3 feet by 5 feet to move around. So you have a basic 15 square feet. It is a horrible, horrible place.
Times call for desperate measures, and Diddy is now begging the court for any relief from this nightmare since his arrest. His legal team has been working around the clock to get him out of the brutal environment at the Metropolitan Detention Center. They've been filing motions to push for bail, arguing that Diddy is at serious risk in a facility known for its violence and inhumane conditions. His attorneys are pleading with the judge for his release, even if it's temporary. citing not only his status as a high-profile target, but also the severe toll these conditions are taking on his health and well-being in court. Diddy's plea has been emotional. His legal team has painted a picture of a man who's gone from living in unimaginable luxury to fighting for his safety every single day. They've argued that the harsh conditions at MDC are not just difficult, they're dangerous. Diddy has been through violent beatings, kept in isolation for his own protection, and is now suffering both physically and mentally. The stress is clear on his face during court appearances, with sources noting how much he's changed since his initial arrest. The confident mogul in his place stands a man desperate to escape the nightmare of life behind bars. But the legal battle for Diddy's safety is far from simple. While his attorneys are doing everything they can to push for bail, the prosecution has pushed back hard, arguing that Diddy is a flight risk due to his wealth and resources. At the same time, they claim that the severity of the charges against him demands that he remain in custody as the trial continues. Diddy's team is also trying to negotiate a potential transfer to a different facility that can offer better protection and less of the brutal conditions he's enduring at MDC. But until the judge makes a decision, he remains stuck in one of the country's most notorious jails. But as if life behind bars wasn't tough enough, reports have surfaced that the very people meant to protect inmates may be making things even worse. Allegations of guard misconduct inside MDC have long plagued the facility, and Diddy's case is no exception. Inmates at MDC have shared stories of guard smuggling and contraband, turning a blind eye to, and even promoting certain things for money or favors. This corruption adds another layer of danger for Diddy, with guards more interested in their side hustles than in protecting inmates. There's no real system of accountability inside the prison walls. The thought that the people who should be upholding order are instead contributing to the chaos makes Diddy's situation all the more terrifying. Corruption is a problem that doesn't just affect Diddy. It's systemic. Former inmates and whistleblowers have spoken out about how MDC is practically run by gangs and how guards either cooperate with them or stay out of their way for someone like Diddy, who is already a target because of his fame and money. This only increases the level of danger he faces daily. It's not just about surviving the living conditions, it's about navigating a system where the people in charge may actually be working against him while Diddy fights for his life behind bars. The world outside has a lot to say, and not everyone is sympathetic for some people. This is just karma coming back to bite him. Social media has been flooded with comments celebrating his downfall. The person wrote he needs to stay right where he is. Nobody needs to be paying law enforcement to be chasing him around like Bin Laden. Another one added, he's getting exactly what he deserves. Well, Diddy's career has been filled with controversy, and there are people who feel that his fall from grace is well deserved to them. His current situation is a long overdue regret for years of alleged misdeeds. These folks see his suffering at MDC as poetic justice. The debate surrounding Diddy's case has only grown louder with each new development. Some people argue that he should have never been put in such a dangerous environment in the first place, while others believe he's finally getting what he deserves.
I want my last words to be, did it.
Okay, so this isn't just about Diddy. It's about how quickly power and privilege can disappear when the system turns against you. Diddy's story serves as a striking reminder of how even the most influential individuals can become vulnerable once entangled in the legal system for years. Diddy has enjoyed a life of unimaginable luxury private jets, high-end fashion, and lavish parties, yet none of that matters. Behind bars, his influence and wealth, which protected him from life's harsh realities, are now powerless to protect him from the cold grip of the justice system. This downfall is a sharp contrast to the Diddy. We all know the business mogul who turned Bad Boy Records into a powerhouse and made millions off music, fashion, and media ventures, but now he's not in the comfort of his multi-million-dollar mansion. He's in a jail cell in one of the country's toughest detention centers. The shift from a life of excess to one of survival in a place like MDC highlights the fragility of wealth and power. Fame can't buy better treatment in a system notorious for corruption, violence, and degrading conditions. If someone like Diddy can fall this far, it begs the question: how secure is the power we place in money and status? The irony here is hard to miss. Diddy's life has been replaced by a reality where his safety isn't guaranteed, and his daily existence is defined by fear and isolation. In many ways, it shows just how fleeting privilege can be. One day you're rubbing shoulders with celebrities and world leaders, The next year, just another inmate trying to survive. His lawyers are in full battle mode, doing everything they can to get him out of MDC and into a safer environment. But as the legal wheels turn slowly, it's hard to predict what the next few weeks or months will bring. Diddy's facing serious charges, and even if he's granted bail or transferred to a better facility, the road ahead is long and uncertain. Upcoming court hearings will likely determine whether Diddy can avoid the worst that MDC has to offer. But these proceedings also hold the key to whether his empire will survive this ordeal, and there's also a very real possibility that this could be the beginning of the end for him. But what are your thoughts on Diddy's current situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. That's all for today, and I will see you in the next video.